think of after that. Like that's the reason. Like give yourself another chance to line up. Again, you can look at it and go, any regular person would have gave up kind of deal, and then the game is over after that. So I think Kelsey showed great resolve. He showed a great heart running that guy down and giving us a chance.
How impressive is it that he played 108 plays, Bobby played 102 for each of them to make those type of plays so late in the game, being on the field 46 minutes and all that.
Yeah. It's remarkable, almost to the fact where I'm not even sure they're human. Kind of one of those, they might be machines, so we need to check them out. But no, in all honesty, it's a testament to their character, to again their care for this football team, and really how good they want to be, and how good they want us to be.
What's the most number of snaps you ever spent to play?
Wow, I've been up in the 90s.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I've ever been 108. But I have been in the 90s, so it's something I'll never forget. It's somewhere in there, though. I say I'll never forget, but I forgot.
So do you have a sense of kind of the carryover effect to the next week and what you guys have needed to do this week to make sure they recover properly?
Sure, absolutely. And it really goes with hydration, proper rest. Again, making sure you're getting all your nutrition taken care of. And these guys are professionals, so there's no doubt, that these guys they'll be rested and they'll be ready to play. And we get to we get to do what we love to do. That's energizing within itself. Again, we're with people that we love. Again, we're doing what we love, and there's no doubt that the energy will be there.
How have you coached differently the last couple of days? Now those guys are coming off what they came off.
No, we have to prepare the same. There's nothing that's going to change the way that we prepare, and like I said, we have a great challenge ahead of us. We know the Saints in the offense and the problems that they present. They're an explosive offense. They got a really good quarterback, and he's been really good for a long time. He likes to get the ball to multiple receivers, and we know we got to be on our P's and Q's.
The way Drew Brees year after year has done it, how impressive is just the sustained success of that passing game?
Yeah, it's very impressive, and they stick to what they do best. It sounds and looks really familiar because they know who they are. They trust in their ability. They trust in their system. They trust in the quarterback. They trust in the play calling, and they go out and they execute game after game.
Does that sound, other than the quarterback part, does that sound kind of like describing your own defense?
That's right. It's the same idea. So, right, there's a reason why they're successful. They understand what they're really good at. And, they come out in different formations and different personnels, and they run a lot of the same concepts, but that's kind of how they get around, they kind of do all the stuff. Well, no, they give you some window dressings and things like that to where, it may not look familiar, but it's certainly going to be what the quarterback does best.
How did Cassius handle the snaps with Sam that you needed him to play?
He did all right. And that's something to where, again, we're constantly looking to put the best people out there that's going to help our defense be successful. So, again, he's got room to grow. There's no doubt about it. But for him to go out there, and I think he had maybe about 23, 28 snaps at Sam, linebacker, I'd say he did outstanding, setting the edge, things of that nature, gave great effort, and that's all we ask of him.
What were you most proud of about that performance?
Pride's not the word. And I think it's just elation and joy, and it was just to see a bunch of guys go out there regardless of any circumstance and do what they love to do, and that's go and compete and do everything they can to finish, regardless. The snaps, the situations made no difference. Those guys are going out there with one goal in mind, and that was to be their best.
It seems like Earl's really been locked in the last couple of weeks. What have you seen from him that allowed you to get back to that level of production and that type of performance?
Yeah, it starts in his preparation. He's gone back to the drawing board, and he's been doing things consistently in regards to his study habits and his practice habits. He's gone right back to what we've asked him to do, what he's done over the years. So, again, it's just like riding a bike for him. He's been doing it for a very long time, and it's really easy kind of to get back on track in regards to him, because he's that type of player. If something's not right, he's going to do everything in his power to make sure he goes out and fixes it.
Why is the defense still playing as well as it is when Chancellor hasn't played the last 3 games?
Well, our guys can play. Our guys can play, and it's the next man up mentality, and everybody knows they're only one play away from being called upon to go on out there, and the level of execution cannot drop, will not drop. Our level of expectations for ourselves cannot drop, will not drop. I said we have a standard, we know it, we understand it, and everybody's going to be called upon to raise it.
What were you able to see from Saliga last week, and then with Goodman coming in too? What did you see from him in a couple days?
Yeah, Saliga was stout. That's exactly what we've asked of him. Again, we knew we were dealing with a team that wanted to go downhill, run a lot of zone, run a lot of crunch at us, and I'd say he took on the double teams. You didn't see very many knockback of him, so he did a lot of knocking back. Letting our linebackers roam over the top and go free. As far as Goodman's concerned, we like the physical skill set that he presents. Have you had a chance to shake his hand? I tell you, yeah, he's got the biggest hands I've seen, man. Like, my goodness gracious. So he's got the measurables. He's got the temperament. It's first week for him. He's got some familiarity with our system. He's been in Atlanta, so that's the cool part about it, is that he'll be able to come in here, and maybe the language and things like that have changed. But as far as the style of play, of course, again, he's going to have to adapt to our style and what we expect. But cool part is that he has had some experience.
Kris, how much does humility play into all of this? Because I was talking with Kelsey, and he's talking about he's playing with great players, and yet he's arrived. And he doesn't feel like he's arrived, and he's just getting ready to continue to play.
That's right. It's always humility. Always humility. And that essentially humility is what leads to greatness. I said pride is the enemy. The second that you start feeling prideful and you start believing that you're alive, that's when the fall will happen. That's what the Bible says. That's it. And so humility is what leads to greatness. And he's a man that's kind of well beyond his years. He's got an old soul, and he's got a lot of wisdom. And for him to have that attitude, it's necessary. That's what we need from him. We need our guys to make sure they maintain a great level of humility in order for us to be able to accomplish all that we want to. So because we have to go in and we have to work day in and day out, and that's what humility does.
Is that something that comes from Pete? It's got to come from the top all the way down. Everybody bought in on that?
That's something comes from way higher than Pete. Way higher than Pete. That comes from Jesus. There's no doubt. That's right from the Bible.
Kris, you mentioned how Drew likes to spread the ball around. What makes him and their receiving core so dangerous?
It's him. Yeah, really, it's him. He's an elite quarterback. He has a really good feel for where he wants the ball to go. So he understands defenses really well. He understands where he wants to put the ball, and he understands how to coach his people or his players into where he wants them. So if he ever gets in trouble, which you rarely see because he's awesome in the pocket, he knows how to maneuver around. He can move people with his eyes and do things of that nature, and he places people where he wants them.
Bobby and KJ have obviously been playing well for years. Have you seen a difference this year? Have they raised their level of play?
Yeah, they've grown exponentially every year. You've seen these guys grow, and you're exactly right. They've played together so long. It's something to where they have that communication without even speaking to one another, and it just kind of comes with the territory. They've been in this defense for a while. They've been together for a while, and it's just awesome to watch them continuously grow.
Kris, after some of the issues last year at that position, how much has Deshaun solidified your other cornerback spot there?
Yeah, he's been huge. He's been huge for us, and it's his level of consistency and his level of play that it's been outstanding. It's something that we definitely needed last year, so he was able to step into that role, and it's something that we've grown accustomed to over the years. So we've had the privilege of having some really good corners over the years, and obviously, again, Richard, he's been sort of the cornerstone of it, and after Byron, it was like who was going to be the next guy. So he's done a great job of stepping in.
Anything else?
All right, thank you guys.